What's good, Freight Gang? What's good? We back. We back with another one. Today I want to talk about my air rod system on this truck. I got a lot of people hitting me up, just asking me just questions, man. Who did it? How do I like it? How does it ride? Stuff like that. I figure let's talk about it. Maybe somebody might want to get it done, and I'm all for helping. You got pros and cons to this air rod system. Cons is the fact that you really got to be on your P's and Q's when you're driving. Just the other day, I was driving down 75, and there was a recap in the road, and I couldn't get out the way. I just couldn't get away. I couldn't get around it. So I tried to air it up. It caught the bumper, which is all right. It really didn't do nothing. But another example, going into a truck stop a couple weeks ago, I had the bumper down, and when I went in, there was a dip. Bumper hit the ground, twisted it up. Cool thing about it is I can take these brackets off and bend them back straight, put everything back together, and my bumper's fine. Knock on wood. It's been like that lately. It's really it's not a headache. You just gotta pay attention to what you're doing. You're just not out here just driving. If you know you're going into an area, or you see you going to a ship or a receiver where the parking lot is messed up, air up the system. Just air it all the way up. You can't forget. That's what I mean. You gotta be in your P's and Q's. And as far as pros, man, this just look good. It looks good. It don't give me better fuel mileage. It don't do nothing. I just like the way it looks. It sets my truck off from other FLDs. Does it ride better? A little bit. It rides a little bit better, but I'm not gonna lie, it don't ride like no Cadillac. Gotta remember, it's a freight shaker. It's a Freightliner. We're not gonna have the best ride. Put it that way. But it improved a little bit. It did. But let's take a look out. We're gonna open the hood. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna talk about some things.
All right, before we go outside, I want to show y'all these gauges, or this one gauge that I got, so I can monitor it. It's a glow shift. It ain't no expensive gauge. Like I said, this ain't no expensive setup. But the top zero controls the left side, the bottom zero controls the right side. Pretty much just telling me how much air is in each bag. Again, this is an independent system. It's not controlled by one valve. So, prime example, that's the left side. That's the right side. That's it. Leave it at that. You know, I can change the colors in it to pretty much any color that I want. I can change the top number to a completely different color. I'll show you. Let's see if it'll work for me today. Alright, that don't want to work for me today, but that's cool, whatever. These little bezels you can get from the truck stop, they fit on these little gauges also. They're like the same size. I think it's like a 2-inch gauge or whatever. These are my valves that I control it with. You know, simple. Now we're gonna go outside.
So we outside the truck. Let's take a look at it. So first off, don't mind my shocks. Normally they're painted the same color as the truck, but I had to replace them yesterday because I had one of the shock bushings go bad. I couldn't find a bushing. So we threw them Gabriels on there right now. They're actually heavy duty shocks. So I want to see how they're gonna ride. But you see right here, we got the bag. It's a Continental bag. A lot of people run with the smaller bags. You know, the smaller bags will get you a little lower. I didn't go that route because the guy didn't make the kit like that, honestly, but I could have. But the thing about it is I would have had to run a leveling valve. I don't have a leveling valve on this truck because the bags act as a leveling valve. It'll stop it. It won't let it go down too low. You see what I'm saying? As far as relocating the shock, I really didn't have to relocate it, to be honest. I mean, it's almost in the factory position, almost. We just moved the bottom bracket just a little back a little bit, that's it. But as far as that, I mean, I didn't have to do all of that fabrication. Well, he didn't. And then talk about those brackets for my bumper. These are the brackets right here, the ones I was telling you about. They're bend. They will bend, and then I just take them off, bend them back, and the bumper pretty much goes back to normal, which is, I'm happy about it. I was gonna try to brace them in to make them a little sturdier, but I say, look, man, let's leave it alone. If it ain't broke, you know, don't fix it. Right now we're aired all the way down, so you could pretty much see how close to the floor it gets. I do want to go lower, but maybe in the future, not right now. How does it ride? It rides pretty good. I mean, It's not a brand new Peterbilt or nothing like that. Like I said earlier in the video, it is a Freightliner. I mean, I feel like everything is clean. Lines are pretty much tucked away. DOT done inspected me multiple times, never had a problem with it. I gotta get that hose, this hose right here. I see it's rubbing up against the shock, so I gotta move it over a little bit just so it's not touching, so it won't chafe. But yeah, I do gotta paint my shock, so don't get too critical on that, you know. But yeah, she's dirty today. But let's go take a look at the passenger side. So this is the passenger side. Pretty much the same thing. Everything is clean, clear, big bags. Again, I like the bigger bags. I feel like it's more sturdier. A lot of dudes run with the smaller bags. Some dudes run with 2 small bags. I mean, that's their opinion. I mean that's what they like. That's cool. But I mean, I like the setup I got. Maybe later on down the line, I might go back and change some things out on it. But next week, man, I definitely got to paint those shocks. I don't like the way they look. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna try to post some pictures of it so you guys can see how it looks when it's leveled all. Like right now, it's leveled out. It's leveled all the way out. You know what? Let me level it up so you guys can see that. You can see how that bag is up, and it's just the nipples of the bag. So don't think that it's, you know, ripping or anything like that. It's not. But she's leveled all the way up now. You can see we stiff. Shock is extended. Everything looks good, clean, no problems. People ask me, do I have problems going down the road? Have I ever had problems on the road with it? Nah, I never had no problems with the setup, none. But I'm gonna close the hood and let y'all see between the wheel and the hood so you can see how much, you know, how low it'll go. So hopefully you guys can see, but that's it, bagged all the way up. I mean, I got it as high as I could go, but you can see the clearance between the tires and the fender. And I could get maybe 2 fists in there, you see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's got a lift kit on it when we jack it all the way up. But you can see it's the bumper will come up off the ground about, say about 8 to 10 inches. And that's good enough for me to clear a sidewalk most of the time. So let's air it down so you guys can see the difference.